out of my way here, because I hate this stupid thing hanging in my face. Okay, you on?
Yep.
Okay, we have a little problem. Our brake lever here, it's a little bit loose. So I adjusted out here and I noticed that the clevis pin wasn't in here. This is just sitting on top of the lever, and that's all I got for brakes. So they have some kind of a pin that goes through here, through the shaft here, or through the lever, and on the back side of this. I have to get the zoom out further so you can see better. And so obviously this is something you can't buy. So I'm going to take a set screw, which is the right length here, and I'll go ahead and turn this down the lathe to 1/4 inch, which is what this hole right here is. And then that'll allow me to put this together. And then they have a set screw in the back here that somebody filled up full of silicone instead of putting a set screw in there, because that screw was supposed to lock into this screw so this one wouldn't fall out. Obviously they didn't do that, so it fell out. And then they only had the stupid brakes with a bunch of lever in it. So they complained about the brakes weren't working right because they had this much free play on them. And everybody's too stupid to figure out how to fix it. So, alright, first thing I gotta do is figure out the length. Notice I never leave the chuck key in the chuck. It's a safety hazard. I would never do that. Okay, this is going to be...
Notice there is no chuck key in the chuck.
No, I would never do that. Okay, we need a 1/2 inch of material hanging out of this thing. Now, this is not going to be the safest way of doing it, but it's all we have to work with. I don't have quite that much available, so I'm going to come back a little bit. Okay. I'm sure it's going to be nice and straight too. Better than I thought it would be. The next problem is we got to change out our bit. We'll put a nice noon into the brake.
What's different about this chuck? This chuck is a 6-jaw chuck versus your typical 3-jaw or 4-jaw. For any of you machinist folk.
6-jaw allows you to hold on to crap like that with more power without hurting it. This has a finer tip on it, so less pressure, so it might not rip it out of the chuck. I would not hold my breath on that. It probably will rip it out. And it's a little bit low too. Alright, so let's see if we can get a little bit straighter than that. A little bit straighter too. Alright, let's see what happens. He hasn't grabbed and broke it out yet, but I'm waiting for it. Sure it will. It's like it's not putting chips in my eyes right now either. Alright, we need a 1/2 inch. This just has to be a 1/2 inch wide. A little bit more. Alright. The mic. We need a 1/4 inch, because that's what size hole it is over there. 1/4 inch is 250. We're at 263.5 right now. So how much more do I need to go?
8,000.
I can tell. One disadvantage is that nice swirling action going on there.
Asking to pull the fucking... Asking to pull the...
We're eating aluminum away, so I'll probably turn this thing a little bit smaller than I want to, so I have less of that screwing action going on to show up the aluminum. better to be a little undersized and have that in there.
That piece is.
This piece is aluminum. This part here is steel.
Well, the piece that the pin is going to be going.
And this is grade 8 steel because of the set screw. So we're now 2 thousandths under what I want.
250. So 248.
But I don't want these screws in here, so I'm going to go ahead and knock it down some more. Take off another 6 thousandths.
The clutch on the machine I'm used to is down here.
And I have a joystick over there called clutch lever.
That's something this machine came with.
Yep.
Did you buy this, or was this your father?
Too cheap to buy stuff like this. Alright, we're at 8 pounds, a little extra down. See how we're cleaned right there, but not quite right there. Now if we put the set screw in correctly, we can be on the good part, it's not the bad part. So we'll go ahead and try that. We're going to want to smooth this finish up a little bit, so we'll grab out our file. It. And take some of this nice new paper we got laying here. The file keeps the paper a little bit flat, so just cut off to one side. That's a little bit smoother. Grab me that real fine paper over there. Yeah, it's like new. New to this job anyway. A little bit smoother now. Nice and pretty. Custom made piece. The piece that I was working with. Where's the little piece of crap?
Sitting on the mill over there. On the lathe.
Lathe, mill. Where? Missing. Lost it. We lost it again. Now we got. Here, I found it though. I lost it and I found it. Okay, so this here. Now it goes inside of this hole, like it should. So now I need to get a little set screw to go in here. So maybe I might have one. So there's a little set screw for that. Don't have one.
It rolls.
Yep. Interruptions again. Okay, we're going to put some custom grease in this custom application right here. This is a genuine Indian part now. I'll probably put some grease down in here while I was at it. Lubricate the taper in there slightly. Oh, we just lost my pin. My rubber. Oh my god, we lost our rubber. That brand new Indian rubber. That's how the greasy fingers hold on to rubber real easy. Okay, there we go. We gotta have that on there. It wouldn't look right without that. There's a hole over there somewhere. There it is. Where is the hole? It's over there. That was off by like a 1/4 inch. And this is going to be a slow process. They probably had that screw laying on the ground. They had no idea what it was. And said, hey, we don't need that. Because everything on the bike works perfect. Okay, that's on there. Look at that. Now we got locked the other piece in. Is one of these wrenches we found in the bike going to be the right one? It looks like it might almost be the right size. Except it isn't.
There's one more smaller right there.
Alright, so I'm going to get the ones that I actually know what they are. Those might be metric, they might be something else. We don't know. So I'm going to grab my ball driver, see I can come in there at an angle with a ball driver. At least for a little while. And then it gets tight. Now I'm thinking it got tight because maybe it hit that screw in there. And that's pretty tight. So that screw might stay in there now. Now we go ahead and readjust this thing. See, now the shaft, you adjusted it, it's like it's supposed to be. A little bit more clearance than that. Probably should tighten this up too so we know where we're at. Now, this has these heavy duty 1/4 inch bolts that holds this whole thing together. It's not the right Loctite either. That'd be the severe stuff. Now this is all part of doing a motor installation. That includes rebuilding everything, including putting air in the tires.
Can somebody please tell me the difference between a motor and an engine?
A motor is an electric device that turns, and an engine is a reciprocating type motor that has gasoline or some other propellant to fire it. That's if you want to get technical about it. In the real
So
world,
technically we did
gives
not
a
do
shit?
a motor job.
technically, who gives a squat?
Technically this was not a motor job, this was an engine overhaul.
Yes,
Okay, just so we're all on the same page here.
but this is a motor.
The electrical windings are down on the other side.
Now we have an electric motor right here that spins a chain drive that turns this motor, so technically this is an electric motor when that's
Technically
running.
it's not a chain drive that spins anything. Technically it's a belt drive.
Now when the gasoline part of the motor takes over, then it turns into an engine. But what I want to know is what part is when it goes from a pile of crap to being something valuable is what I want to know. Okay, now we have no brake clearance because somebody adjusted it before they had the master cylinder tight.
Oops.
There we go. So now we have actually brake clearance in there. Now make sure you tighten up, make sure you bang your head against that stupid handlebar one more time. Okay, so now we got clearance. Now how much brake do we have? Ooh, look at that. See, that new brake fluid actually helps a little bit. So now the brakes work, maybe. They work better.
Rear brake anyway.
Yeah, the rear brake might work now. Alright, move on.